Madison police reveal new details in a chain of events that left 2 people dead in an apparent murder-suicide, what we know so far.
Plus, good news for UW patients after nurses and hospital leaders come to an agreement. There will be no strike.
And we take a closer look at a new art exhibit that examines UW-Madison's history of exclusion and how far the campus has come. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. In a matter of 32 minutes yesterday, police responded to 3 traumatic scenes across Madison. And tonight, we know those scenes were all connected.
The investigation has police trying to figure out what led to 2 deaths and also providing a reminder for all of us. McKenna Alexander shares what we know and what we're still working to find out. McKenna?
Yeah, Susan and Eric, Madison police will not release the names of the man and woman who died yesterday until the medical examiner can do autopsies and notify family members. They also wouldn't say if that couple had children, but MPD did say this almost certainly was a murder-suicide.
It was apparent to officers on the scene that the victim had been violently, physically attacked.
An attack that ended with 1 woman dead on Madison's west side Sunday afternoon, but far from the end of the case. Monday morning, Police Chief Sean Barnes laid out a wild and tragic series of events that ended in another death. It began around at 3:15 Sunday afternoon. Police received a call reporting someone was dead in a home on Darien Circle, which is just off High Point Road. Police note that caller was not on the scene. Responding officers found a woman in her 40s dead inside the home. As police tried to find that woman's husband, another call came in, this time at 3:27 p.m. That report was of a man getting out of his car on the Beltline near Old Sauk Road. Another car hit the man, but he was able to get back in his own car and drive off. A third and final call came in at 3:47 p.m., reporting that same man had once again gotten out of his vehicle before running into traffic, where he was hit and killed by a semi-truck.
The man who was struck in traffic was identified as the husband of the deceased.
Chief Barnes says prior to Sunday, officers had never been called to the home on Darien Circle. Still, police view what happened inside this home needs to be addressed.
Domestic violence continues to be an issue that plagues our community, even though it remains sometimes hidden.
Now, as a reminder, Madison's Domestic Abuse Intervention Service is available 24/7 to provide confidential help to anyone that is or has been a victim of domestic violence. The number to call is on your screen.
McKenna, thank you. And you can also follow along as we learn more details about this investigation on our News 3 Now News app. It is free to download in your app store. Both east and westbound lanes of I-94 in Waukesha were closed this morning because of flooding.
The flooding was so bad, snow plows had to be used to clear the road. Take a look at this. The plows were used to move the water to different catch basins. Officials also used pumps to help clear remaining water. The lanes reopened sometime this afternoon. Thankfully, we didn't see anything like that in our area, but we did see torrential rain, and everybody wants to know, when will the sun return? Meteorologist Julian Seawright is on the weather patio. Julian?
Well, that's the best question and $1 million question is, when are we finally going to get some sunshine? Well, it's actually going to be a lot sooner than we would think, especially since we had a weekend of dreary cloud conditions and on top of it, plenty of rain. And yesterday specifically, we saw just over 2 inches of rainfall, which set a new record. 2.1 inches or 2.18 inches of rain specifically is what we saw fall here in Madison, which is a new record. The old record was 1.71 inches set back in 2000. So 22 years later, we've seen quite a lot of rainfall just for our Sunday alone. But the rain in itself, we may see a couple of drizzles, but overall, Dane County, we're staying rather dry throughout the rest of our evening. Areas to the north and to the west, well, they're still holding on to a little bit of showers, but that looks to fall apart by the time we get into tonight. What about the temperatures? Well, as we take a look, it's been a cool one. Light jacket weather specifically, and it's felt every bit of fall. 61 degrees was our high for today, which is far but normal. Around 75 degrees is what we're typically around this time of year, but we can see all of southern Wisconsin has really been into the 60s and 50s and really struggled to even see 60-degree temperatures throughout the course of the day. Now, leading into tonight, well, we're looking for another cool one. One of those where you go to sleep with the window open and don't even need to turn the air on because it's going to be that cool. Low 50s, upper 40s for many of us in southern Wisconsin. But we'll talk about that rain coming back in just, or that sun, actually. We don't need any more rain. The sun coming back in just a few moments. Until then, back to you guys.
Julian, thank you. With little time to spare, there there is an agreement tonight that will prevent a 3-day nurses strike in the UW health system.
Nurses wanting to unionize were preparing to strike starting tomorrow morning, but last-minute negotiations with some big-name help seem to have worked. Our Tahalil Moeddin is live outside UW Hospital to tell us what happened over the weekend and today. Tahalil?
Eric and Susan, UW Health won't recognize a nurses union, at least not right now, but there won't be hundreds of nurses picketing here this week. Both sides joined Governor Evers in his Capitol office for a noon presser conference to announce they've come to a temporary agreement. We don't know all the specifics, but UW Health says it lays out some clear understandings. Nurses agreed to not strike. UW Health agreed to open discussions about issues with nurses, and both sides can seek a ruling up to the state Supreme Court on if they can form a union at all. Nurses told us last week they were open to negotiating, but it seems it took Governor Evers stepping in last week and through yesterday to hammer out a deal. Still, UW nurse Colin Gillis says he's looking forward to working with UW Health Administration to continue the conversation.
Starting this weekend, we have begun serious, meaningful, and productive conversations with the UW Health Administration, and that those discussions will continue, and there's an element of the agreement that addresses that.
UW Health CEO Dr. Alan Kaplan said this agreement buys both sides time to figure out the legality of collective bargaining and unionizing. Together, they will be working through a state agency to get an answer. Now, Kaplan also says that process can take anywhere from months to years and that it could involve court appeals. Live at UW Hospital, Tahrir Moeddin, News 3 Now.
Tahalil, thank you. One of the men responsible for killing 11-year-old Anissa Scott back in 2020 will go to prison.
A judge sentenced 18-year-old Andre Brown today. Brady Mallory joins us with the terms of his sentence. Brady?
Well, Brown was 16 when he was part of the group that shot at the car Anissa Scott was sitting in. The little girl was shot in the head. The judge sentenced Brown for 2 crimes, Scott's death and the attempted homicide of Christopher Carthens. Carthens was the intended target of that shooting. Altogether, Brown will spend 35 years in prison and then be on extended supervision for 25 years. Brown will be in his early 50s when he gets out of prison.
I was afraid. You know, your 20s and 30s and 40s are really the best years of your life. Anissa's not going to have that chance. So I do believe that you need to give up the best part of your life for what you did.
Well, the judge looked at Brown's age, the seriousness of the crime, and the need to protect the public when she made her sentencing decision. 2 other men, Jerry Ward and Perryon Carrion, were also charged in connection with the shooting.
Brady, thank you. Next month, Channel 3 will host the first and only gubernatorial debate between Democratic Governor Tony Evers and his Republican challenger Tim Michels. This will be the only debate the two will have before November's election. It will be organized by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and feature questions asked by journalists from stations around the state. The most recent Marquette Law School poll shows Governor Evers leading with 45% of the vote. Michels has 42%. Again, you can watch that debate right here on Channel 3. UW-Madison's Public History Project marked the opening of a new exhibit today, Sifting and Reckoning. The exhibit is now open at the Chazen Museum of Art. It examines the history of exclusion and resistance within the university. The project is a multi-year effort to uncover and give voice to those who experienced and challenged bigotry and exclusion on campus, and through their courage have made the university a better place.
So I want to acknowledge that there will be difficult aspects of this exhibit, right? That there's episodes in this institution's past that that do not reflect well on people or organizations or perhaps the university as a whole. But there are also powerful stories of resilience and places where students and employees show tremendous courage and have really landed on the right side of history to help progress and move our institution forward.
The exhibit runs through December 23rd.
Mourners in Scotland say a final farewell to Queen Elizabeth today as she makes her final journey back to England. Queen Elizabeth's 4 children, including King Charles III, stood guard at their mother's coffin in Edinburgh in a ceremony known as the Vigil of Princes. The Queen's body will be flown to London tomorrow night, where she will lie in state for 4 days. Queen Elizabeth will reach her final resting place at Windsor Castle next Monday. CBS News had learned President Biden and the First Lady will be the only Americans in the official U.S. delegation to Queen Elizabeth's funeral. After the funeral, the Queen will be buried in St. George's Chapel next to her late husband, Prince Philip.
Today, President Biden announced another push to, quote, end cancer as we know it. Part of the president's plan is to use funding already passed by Congress for cutting-edge research, prevention, early detection, and treatments. Biden first launched the initiative when he was vice president back in 2016 after his son, Beau, died of brain cancer. The hope is to cut the cancer death rate in half over the next 25 years.
We're dying at a faster rate from more aggressive breast cancer. And until we find a way to have people of color have better equitable options in clinical trials and treatments, we will have collateral damage, and that damage will be people's lives.
The president plans to place Dr. Renee Wagerzin in charge of the Advanced Research Projects Agency for Health. The agency will work to improve the government's ability to speed up health and biomedical research, not just for cancer, but for other illnesses as well. Well, today is the kickoff of our Coats for Kids campaign.
It is the 37th year now. We've worked with the Community Action Coalition, Clinky Cleaners, and Magic 98 to help keep families warm in the winter time. And we're kicking off this campaign this year with a Pack the Truck event. And this is a live look at the collection truck parked outside the Clinky Cleaners on Monona Drive. And it'll be there until 6:30 tonight. Well, when will those clouds clear up? Julian will have your complete forecast next at 5.
Plus, wildfires continue to plague several western states. What communities are dealing with coming up after the break. And later, updated COVID-19 boosters are now available, but some would rather wait to get the shot. We'll tell you what health experts are saying tonight at 6.
And the markets open the week with a 230-point jump for the Dow. The NASDAQ adds 154. The S&P gains 43. And we'll be right back.
McGann Furniture and Flooring has a question for you. Do you have a hard time sleeping comfortably through the night? Is your mattress 10 years old or even older? Chances are you're due for a new one. Mattress technology has changed a lot in the last 10 years. Our experienced staff will help you find the right style, construction, and firmness that will give you years of sleeping comfort. And remember, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. With delivery and disposal of your old set, we make it easy to have the bed of your dreams at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
Family-owned Brothers Maine knows choosing appliances for a remodel or new build can be exciting and overwhelming. Our experienced staff has experienced it all as we've guided thousands of area families through appliance selection. Brothers Maine has a larger inventory and low-price deals that consistently beat competitors, including Big Box. You heard me, Big Box can't beat our prices. From sales to install, Brothers Maine does it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
The Socialist Squad led the charge to defund the police and eliminate bail for dangerous felons. Now violent crime is surging in Wisconsin.
More people have been killed in Milwaukee this year than in any previous year.
Mandela Barnes attacked the Kenosha police and incited more violence.
The officer's deadly actions attempted to take a person's life in broad daylight. This felt like some sort of vendetta.
Mandela Barnes, dangerously liberal on crime.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs. Jam out on the strength machines and get down with some dumbbells. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 14th.
We all share the same roads, but when an accident happens, we don't always share the same consequences. Big trucks can cause big damage. Injuries can be severe and may require a lifetime of care and compensation. Call Gruber Law Offices today. We can help you from the safety and comfort of your own home. Our virtual sign-up process is quick and easy. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Productive discussions have created a stoppage to the impending strike by UW Health nurses. News 3 Now dives into the content of those conversations, and UW-Madison sheds light on its dark, hidden history. We explore the exhibit that highlights the university's exclusionary past tonight at 6.
Healing is never, it's messy. It's not easy.
Making mental health a priority. Charlotte DeLeste talks with an expert about why more people of all ages are seeking help and reveals some important factors in healing psychological scars. Tonight at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
California officials say calmer weather is helping them battle the biggest wildfire of the season, the mosquito fire, moving more slowly, but 11,000 residents remain under evacuation orders. Mark Strassman tells us it's one of about a dozen blazes burning out west.
The mosquito fire in the foothills of Sacramento has charred more than 70 square miles, and crews have only about 10% of it contained. The local sheriff's department reports nearly 6,000 homes remain threatened, and more than 11,000 people have been evacuated. Unmistakable, this fire's presence. It fills the sky with cataclysmic clouds of smoke that drift east. This time-lapse video shows smoke blanketing the city of Reno, Nevada. Major fires are also burning in Oregon and Washington State. The Bolt Creek fire is 65 miles east of Seattle, 0% contained.
We decided to evacuate, not because we thought the fire would come to us, but it would jump the highway and block us, and that we wouldn't be able to get out.
Cinders 3-4 inches were coming down burning, so we figured it was time to get out.
South of Portland, Oregon, officials have issued new evacuation orders for more than 3,000 residents. The Cedar Creek fire began August 1st and has burned more than 130 square miles. And in Southern California, powerful thunderstorms triggered flash floods. Police rescued a family of 3 swept off their feet in fast-moving waters on a street in San Bernardino. North of Los Angeles, bulldozers are clearing roads after a mudslide trapped about 50 people Sunday evening. But the rain also helped crews battling the Fairview fire southeast of the city. That fire destroyed at least 30 structures and killed 2 people. It's now 50% contained. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Well, let's get a look at our certified most accurate forecast now with Julian Seawright. Julian?
Well, let's go ahead and start on just how much rain we saw just from yesterday alone for us. Yesterday, we set a new record here in Madison, 2.18 inches, which beat our old record, which was set back in 2000 of 1.71 inches. And how we're stacking up for this year so far, not too bad. We're looking at 29.45 inches, almost 29.5 inches, just to put it a little simply, where we're looking at close to a surplus of a little over an inch for us here in Madison specifically. Even though areas to the southeast near Waukesha and Kenosha alone, which were under flood warnings and advisories, had seen inches from 5 to 6 and even 7 for some areas, we're looking at a nice calmer side of things as we're going in throughout the rest of this evening. Just still looking at a cluster of some showers as a band is continuing to push its way towards the southwestern areas. So near Lone Rock and Platteville, a couple of showers are lingering. For us here in Dane County, may see some drizzle, but overall we're not going to be looking at the torrential downpour that we saw from this weekend at all heading into the rest of tonight. As you can see, from the southeast alone in southern Wisconsin, they saw some significant rainfall totals from 2 to 3 to 4, even 5 inches of rain, and some of those residential areas had seen even more. But let's talk about what we're going to be seeing for us. On the surface map, the low, which brought in the abundance of moisture and the showers that were just stagnant throughout much of southern Wisconsin, is continuing to shift its way east. Tonight, we're going to be looking at cooler temperatures thanks to that northerly flow. So we're looking at low 50s for many of us here in southern Wisconsin and upper 40s for the other areas towards the northwest. So it's definitely going to be one of those nights to have your window open when you go to sleep, and it's going to feel great by the time you wake up. So let's walk through what we're going to see for this evening. Could see a couple of showers make its way into Dane County, but it's not going to be anything overly significant. Going into tonight, we'll start to see it fall out and move a bit more east, and then clear skies. We're going to be right behind this system as we go into the overnight hours, which will lead into a sunny day for our Tuesday. However, we could see a couple of areas of patchy fog develop. That's going to be in our morning. As we get into our afternoon hours, the 70s are going to be back in the 60s as well. Then into the late afternoon hours, we'll see those upper 70s for many areas, but we're going to hang around the mid 70s here in Madison, and plenty of clear skies by the time we get into our Tuesday night. And you guessed it, Wednesday is going to be more or less the same. Now, the showers we're going to be seeing could bring in just a couple of about 1/10 of an inch, but overall nothing too measurable for us here in southern Wisconsin. Now, taking a look at our 3 things we're going to need to know is that we are looking for the showers to end tonight and then dry conditions throughout the rest of the week. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures will be back in the 70s. And then outside of it, we are going to have to watch for this weekend. So we are looking for another shot of seeing some potential storms going into the weekend as well. But until then, it's going to be dry into the upper 70s and low 80s by the time we get into our Saturday. But things are still going to shape up to be oh so nicely. Taking a quick look at our traffic around the Beltline, still smooth as butter. All green as we're getting our 5 p.m. commute going. And towards the interstate, we are also looking all green as well. That's going to do it for our weather and traffic. Let's go ahead and send it back to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. Still to come as more and more travelers are thinking about their own carbon footprint, how some hotels are responding. That's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Your John Deere is here. Get yours during Deere Days of Summer. Your new full-size, mid-size, or HPX Gator with 0% for 36 months. Get a John Deere now and
power up at Sloan's.
Get your Gator running. Test drive one today at Sloan's.
Give your floors the update they deserve with Menards' huge selection of flooring. Lutex Mills provides soft, luxurious carpet that is backed by a lifetime stain and fade warranty. Save 11% on all Lutex Mills carpet. Transform the look of any living space with vinyl plank flooring from Great Lakes. It's durable, waterproof, and easy to install, making it the perfect floor for an active lifestyle. Now 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
I always have loved kids, like having a daycare, extending our family, having another kid, and just kind of made sense to do more improvements and add along the way. Having that availability to put back into our home from the home equity basically saved us.
Got a, privacy fence that provides safety for our kids and the daycare kids, and I don't got to put the dog on a leash anymore.
It's a nice feeling letting my daycare just get out and just run free. And that there is just another example that DeCaco Credit Union has had our back.
Choosing a treatment for your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can be overwhelming. So ask your doctor about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. So far, more than 5 million Botox treatments have been given to over 850,000 chronic migraine patients.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
First, we found out that Radical Tim Michael supports Wisconsin's 1849 abortion ban.
But you wouldn't support exceptions for rape or incest?
That's correct. Now we found out his foundation funds a group working to outlaw birth control and ban abortion, even to save the life of the mother. And his family foundation funds a group that uses cell phone data to track women if they go to abortion centers. Vote no on Radical Tim Michaels.
John Deere is here. Get yours during Deere Days of Summer. Right now, get 0% for 84 months on a 1 Series. Get a John Deere now. And
power up with Sloan's.
Run with a 1 Family Series. Test drive one at Sloan's.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
California made history last month when regulators agreed to ban the sale of new gasoline-fueled cars by 2035. Currently, there are 17 states that already follow California's car emission standards, and experts say once the mandate is approved by the EPA, it's likely they'll apply their rule, which requires that by 2035, all new vehicles sold must be electric, hydrogen-powered, or at least a plug-in hybrid.
If that group of states that tends to follow California's lead were to do so with this as well, it would be roughly 30% of the population in the U.S. would now be living somewhere where there would be this requirement.
Critics of the measure argue it raises big concerns around issues like charging infrastructure, mineral availability, and supply chain issues, plus vehicle pricing.
More and more hotels are rethinking their environmental footprint in response to the needs of their guests at hotels like the Hotel Marcel. This is in New Haven, Connecticut. An old office building has gotten an interior makeover, now a hotel. It's self-powered and aims to be the first net zero carbon emissions hotel in the nation.
I wanted to make sure that if I'm going to make a building that's going to be here for a while, that not only will it be beautiful, but it'll be beautiful for the environment.
Becker says it'll take a year of testing to confirm his building is truly net zero when it comes to carbon emissions. He believes, though, that others could follow his lead and create a new standard for hotels in the future. Stay with us for a final check of your First Warn forecast after a short break.
I am crushing this to-do list.
Let me see. Smart home upgrade? Home gym?
Check.
Well, what about the windows?
Cross something important off your list. With energy-efficient windows for just $129 a month, now is the perfect time to get your home ready for fall. And keep some cash in your pocket.
Windows for $129 a month and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Trust your feet to Morgan's Shoes.
Loa Footwear, a name synonymous with premium outdoor footwear for 80-plus years. Our patented mono-wrap construction wraps the foot in a lightweight yet firmly supportive frame. We use a softer polyurethane in our midsoles that provides better shock absorption and ultimate comfort underfoot. Plus, our patented Gore-Tex liner is more durable and creates a smoother fit, thus less potential for blisters or discomfort.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to Morgan's Shoes.
Morgan Shoes, Hilldale.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
I'm gonna miss you.
At Prudential, we can't tell you when your kids will finally go out on their own. But we can at least make sure that when they do, you're ready. That's why millions rely on us for the rock-solid strength that helps you plan for and achieve your retirement dreams. Whichever road you take, who's your rock?
Raising healthy children takes a village, and kids thrive when their village is healthy too.
SSM Health and News 3 Now are helping you unlock a healthier world with our Time for Kids Keys to Health campaign. We'll show you how sustainable choices create healthier lifestyles, explore the impacts of food security on families,
and share ways we can help build a healthy community together. So join us on air, online, and in your village.
And take time for kids.
Look, we knew the other side would make up lies about me to scare you. Now they're claiming I want to defund the police and abolish ICE. That's a lie. I'll make sure our police have the resources and training they need to keep our community safe. And that our communities have the resources to stop crime before it happens. I'll bring back manufacturing. And I'll pass a middle-class tax cut. And if that's too scary for Washington, then so be it.
I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Tonight on the CBS Evening News from London, the Queen's goodbye to Scotland. Thousands expected to pay tribute as the Queen's coffin arrives here at Buckingham Palace tomorrow. Plus, we talked to former British Prime Minister David Cameron about what kind of leader King Charles will be and what this means for the future of the royal family. And stunning battlefield shift, Russian troops on the run as Ukraine's military takes back key cities. We're on the ground. That and more news tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Astrophysicists have been waiting more than 5 years to see this picture. Check out this newly released image of the Orion Nebula.
Almost looks like a painting. This image taken by the James Webb Space Telescope. It can detect infrared light, allowing scientists to see through layers of dust, which usually obscure deeper areas. Scientists around the world say the information and images will now let them better understand how massive stars transform gas and dust clouds during formation. Pretty spectacular.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
View there. Let's go to Julian. Final check of the forecast. Everybody waiting for things to dry out.
Well, the good news is it's going to dry out later tonight. But until then, just try to stay inside and stay warm. We are going to warm up throughout the rest of the week, and the sun will return. We're looking at temperatures to be within the 70s over the next few days. Plenty of sun as well. We're not looking at much change until we get back into the weekend once again, where it's looking to be cloudy and even threaten some storms or even some more rainfall in the coming days. But until then, let's enjoy the rest of the work week of sunshine and 70s, guys.
Good advice.
All right, Julian. Thank you. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned for the CBS Evening News live from London.